everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Dr. Movie Christmas editions. Covering a few holiday flicks here. I kind of did these backwards as far as how I watched them, but I did Scrooged last episode. This one is going to be about the movie that led me to wanting to watch Scrooged again, which is Spirited, which is Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. Now, who in their right mind wouldn't want to see a movie with these two together, especially a holiday movie, right? I mean, they're kind of like chocolate and peanut butter together. I love them both. Will Ferrell, you got to kind of watch, right? He can get off the rails quite a bit. But usually when he's doing holiday movies, he's one of the best. I mean, Elf is an all-time classic, right? In the short time span of it being out, it's one of the best holiday movies. If you know me, then you know that I really don't like musicals. Well, I hate to say it, this movie is a musical. Didn't know that when I pulled it up. I was like, hey, I told my wife, Rebecca, I was like, hey, this has got Ryan Reynolds, which I know she loves. We've been going back and watching, what was it? The Guys in the Pizza Place, whatever the TV series was that he started off in. Two guys, a girl, in a pizza place. And so we kind of be revisiting that. And of course, we like pretty much everything that he's in. So that was kind of a, hey, I like Ryan Reynolds. I like Will Ferrell. Let's do this. And lo and behold, it's a musical. And I mean musical, like dance acts, sequences, the whole shebang, right? With that being said, I still enjoyed it. It was a little too much musical for me, but they even play off of that quite a bit too, which I kind of like. It's almost like the whole Monty Python and the Holy Grail, right? Where, Michael Palin's wanting to sing, and his dad goes, stop that, we're not going to have any of that here, right? And that's kind of the same deal here, right? Where Will Ferrell wants to sing, and then his boss is like, look, it's not time for that. We don't need to break off into another number here. So I like that they're even self-aware that, do you really have to sing about everything? So I do like how they played off of that. The story here is Will Ferrell is a spirit, right? So they are a group that is put together that goes out and does trying to convert people over to being good people, right? So they're doing the whole Dickens idea, right? Ghost of Christmas, future, past, and present, to try to convince people to change their ways and be a better person. And it starts off that they're working on this one lady. But the whole thing is they're all like high-tech, networked type systems, right? They're all using earpieces to talk to each other, and they can pull up files to show people, rewind, put people in different places. So it's not like they have just a spirit ability to do it. They actually have a control center that makes all this stuff happen, which is kind of a neat idea. And for the most part, it shows them working on this lady, and at the end, when they get her converted, they freeze time wherever she's at the point where she's made the change, and everybody on the team comes out and meets her and congratulates her, and hey, welcome to being a better person. With that being said, they're looking for the next person to work on, and they're trying to pick this guy that works at this hotel. And while they're watching him, Ryan Reynolds walks through, and Will Ferrell is so drawn to him because he knows this guy is hard-hearted. So he wants to try to work on him. They pull up his file, and it says he's not redeemable, right? He cannot be changed. And his boss is like, look, he's a lost cause. We don't need to pursue him. We need to go ahead and work on this other guy. And Will Ferrell's like, no, there's something about him that I just know he can change, right? Well, the backstory to all this is, and you find out as it goes along, he pursues him specifically to try to change him. And obviously, you're going to get a lot of back and forth between the two of them, which is hilarious. Lots of singing, lots of dance numbers. Ryan Reynolds owns a company that sells Christmas trees. And he's going against the companies that make the fake trees because he wants to sell real trees. And there's a big song and dance number where he's getting his team hyped up to go out and get rid of the competition and sell a good product. And he even shows that it's not even really about Christmas, it's just about making a profit. Very Scrooge-like, right? So, well, as this movie goes along, you find out that the reason Will Ferrell is after him so much is because of who Will Ferrell was in his past life. And ends up that Will Ferrell was the Scrooge. So it turns out that the story of the Scrooge that Dickens wrote was based on Will Ferrell, right? So that's an interesting twist to all this. So once Ryan Reynolds finds this out, the fact of he is being pursued by the guy that was legendarily bah humbug, right? The ultimate bad guy as far as the Christmas stories go. It's an interesting twist to all this. There is one song that they do in this movie that really made it worth my while, because they go back to the Scrooge's time, which is back in who knows when, 1800s, maybe even earlier. And they sing this song called Good Day. So apparently back then, if you said good day to somebody, it basically meant F you. So they do this whole number back in that time of just going around and telling everybody good day and watching them react. Pretty dang hilarious, man. It's good. So I really enjoyed that. Needless to say, without giving away too much of the story, I don't want to give it away because I want you to check it out. Some redeeming happens, and it ends like you expect it to end, and you kind of see where that's going. I'm going to try to be vague about this because I want you to check it out. But yeah, it's a feel-good movie. It's done really well. The songs are good. Usually in musicals, I'm like, well, that song kind of sucked. The songs are pretty decent for what they are. I like the play on being self-aware. I like the two of them together, just works. It's a great combination. I believe this is on Apple. I believe it's an Apple production. So I'm gonna say it. I mean, even though it's a musical, I recommend it. It's a good holiday spirit type movie. Will Ferrell may be becoming the king of holiday movies. Who knows? He's 2 for 2. I really enjoyed this one. I like Scrooge better, but that's because, you don't have song and dance numbers. But for the most part, I really like this movie, and I think you will too. So do yourself a favor, look it up, and check it out. I think it's perfect for getting into that holiday spirit. It's a lot of fun. We laughed a lot watching this one. So give it a shot, see what you think, and let me know. Let me know what you think about this one. I think as time goes on, it could be a classic. It's a shame that it's not a bigger produced show, but that's kind of where everything's heading now. But this is really well done. You can tell a lot of work went into it. It is not cheaply made. So with that being said, give it a shot, and let me know what you think about it. Till then, folks, that's pretty much it for this one. And hope you have a great holiday season, and we will check you later. Adios.